Hey, it's your boy, Sergeant Hooked on Henshin. This is part 2 of my um, top 5 favorite Sentai videos. Again, the last video, if you want to go back and watch it, kind of odd to watch this one without watching part 1, was entries number 5, number 3 through 5. This is number 1 and number 2. Well, I'll talk about 2, then 1. Clearly, duh. Anyway, same disclaimer as before. My Sentai experience is Gokaiger, Gokaiger, however you want to say it, all the way through Kira Major and the first episode of Zenkaiger, which I know has got subbed today. So by the time of this video, I'm gonna watch that subtitle. I already watched it raw. Anyway, and another disclaimer that if your favorite Sentai seasons are not part of my list, that does not mean your seasons are bad or I don't like those seasons. It's just these seasons resonated with me the most and are my personal taste and favorite. I clearly love those, and I'd love to see your guys' favorites in the comments below. But again, first off, thank you guys for liking the video, for showing so much love to the channel, for subscribing to the content. I really appreciate you guys, and sharing if you can. Thank you guys so much. I have a lot more content coming. I'm hoping to review Dino Fury Episode 3 and also Zenkaiger Episode 1, and when I get it, the Geertlinger Henshin device for Zenkaiger. So anyway, on to the video. My number 2 pick is clearly Mashin Sentai Kira Major. Kurame Go! A truly fantastic season, and one that at first I wasn't sure I was going to like. I watched the first little bit, episode 0, and the few episodes in, and I kind of lost interest a little bit. And then I got to watching a friend of mine now on Toku Twitter and on Twitch and on YouTube, Hawkilles, which check out his channel, Hawkilles. Awesome dude. Super, super fun content. He does a thing called Toku Tuesday Night, shows off the recent episodes of the shows for that week. Started watching it there, and I went back and I found that I liked it, and I went back and watched from where I left off all the way through to where it was the point currently, and it is fantastic. It's so hopeful and optimistic, a little obnoxious at times, but I think we kind of needed something like this during the pandemic, and I'm glad that it happened the way it did, and it was produced the way it was. You can tell that they put a lot of love and admiration and just imagination if you will into the show. The characters are fantastic. The standouts for me personally are Juru, Takamichi, and to an extent Tamatomo. Shigeru, Sayo, and Sena were both kind of already developed characters before the show started. One was an actor, one was a doctor, one was an athlete, and the other was a gamer, world-renowned gamer. So they all pretty much knew who they were. They do have some focus episodes throughout the series where they kind of get challenged and grow a little bit, but they don't change too much from where they are at the beginning to where they are at the end, which isn't a bad thing. It's just that's where they said. But the story does mainly focus on Juru's journey as a character. Him being young, being 17, high school student, an artist. They keep that at the forefront of his character all the way through, and I liked that. I liked that dedication to the detail, and that was mainly about who he was. I like his connection to King Oridan and to Garza to an extent, that he has this insparkleration, basically this inspirational thing where he gets a brain blast type Jimmy Neutron thing and draws something, and then that ends up either A, leading to how they beat the monster of the week, or giving them a power up or a new mecha combination. I love that. I love how hopeful he is and ready to jump in there and help and fight all the time. And that he tries to talk to a lot of the monsters and things they fight sometimes to try and be friends with them almost. And I like how he's just super hopeful. And there's even a point later on when Garza becomes a bigger threat. They're talking about how big of a threat he is, and he even says, "But man, that new form was pretty cool looking. I'm pretty happy for him." Who says that? Who says they're excited for their villain to be having a power out? Anyway, so Juru's great. Takamichi is an amazing Sixth Ranger in my opinion. I love that he's a big doofus. I love that he's technically the older brother to our mentor character Hakata, but he's technically younger because of how time is different in Crystalia, and that's where he was at. His whole story of having the Mondstone inside of him, and his relationship with King Oridan and getting kind of being adopted by him, and he's Takamichi Crystalia. I loved that. I love the Shiny Kirame Changer. I have that one as well. I love the suit, the silver and the orange and the blues are all really cool. And I like that the goggles that he had are reflected in the suit also. He has 2 different modes he can go into. And the Shiny Kirame Breaker is awesome. His mech is great. Everything's super cool. I wish he was a bit more involved throughout the series. I feel like there's some episodes where it's where's Takamichi? And I didn't quite like that they had a tiny thing for a few episodes that went with him and Sayo, like having like a relationship or liking each other, but then they didn't do much with it, and that kind of bothered me because I thought that was kind of cute, honestly, and kind of a nice thing. Um, but yeah, so Takamichi's great. Tamatomo I like because it's hardly ever that we see a yellow ranger, senshi, whatever you want to call it, be the strategist and kind of verging on the leader, sort of. A lot of the times he comes up with the plan to take on the villain. Actually, it's mostly his plan near the end with a little bit of help from everybody that he formulates to defeat Emperor Yodan, which I really liked. The machine, like the Kirame stones, are great as well. I love that they talk and stuff like that. It was annoying at first, but I really enjoy them. I love how like much they love their connected Kiramager, um, especially Mahak with Sena. He's like a simp for her pretty much. So they were really great. Overall, the team's awesome. Jiro, Takamichi, and Tamatomo stand out for me. Villain wise, we have uh, Emperor Yodan, we have Yodana, Shadan, Crunchula, and then Garza. Garza is a badass. I love his suit design. I love everything about him. I love his journey of like, you know, wanting to be better than his brother so much so that it drove him to like conquer their world and nearly kill his brother, which doesn't. Spoilers for this show. Clearly, if you're watching this, you probably have already seen the show, but his brother didn't really die. He reformatted into a Kirame Stone. He becomes a mecha later, one of the best in the whole show. Grateful Phoenix, awesome. Anyway, so I love Garza's arc, and his kind of mini redemption near the end was really good. I like his like kind of rivalry with not only Takamichi but also with Juru. Takamichi because he kind of like feels like Oridan like thinks of Takamichi better than him almost, and that just makes him more jealous, kind of. And with Juru, that Juru's like always able to like best him in a fight, or is they're so strong he doesn't get why, and the whole and Sparkleration thing. But I loved his arc. I thought it was really good. I was fine with the whole. He said earlier in the season he was not being controlled by Emperor Yodan, and later on you find out he just kind of like Emperor Yodan kind of just persuaded him more to go towards more of a dark path. I don't really see that as control. I just see that like kind of honestly in a way, kind of not really brainwashing, just kind of showing him, well, if you take this darker path, it might get you there quicker to your goal of wanting to be better than your brother, and not knowing it was going to end up the way it did. But loved him, love Garza, especially his power up from to the end. Oh my god. Crunchula is a great comic relief. I like that it's revealed later that he creates all the Marskmen and that he's an artist just like Juror, and they connect and have like a fun time painting together. It's just the best thing. I wish they wouldn't have waited so long to do that. I wish that was like a little earlier in the season so we could have got more time with them. But I still like Crunchula, and I like that he has like a human mouth and the mask on. It's goofy. It's so great, and it's such a callback to old Sentai tropes. Yodana has the craziest freaking debut episode ever. Out of nowhere, she's this priestess girl. She's with Tamatomo. He's simping for her, and they're doing their thing, and they're trying to find the Kanaima stones and blah blah blah. And she just out of nowhere picks up this ball of mud and goes like this and puts it on her wrist, and it's a changer, and it looks like it's a Yodan changer, which is the dark version of the shiny Kirame changer, which a few episodes before this they used to try and control Takamichi. Tamatomo was like, what the hell's going on? She changes, Yodan change, becomes Yodana. And she's really awesome. She blew up online, clearly people loving her and simping for her. She kicks the Rangers' asses a lot, and she's super dedicated to Emperor Yodan to the point where she like doesn't really listen to Garza all that much and just kind of one ups him and says, "Oh, that's not what Emperor Yodan wants." Shadan is okay, but he's like what bothered me is that him and Yodana are revealed to be like separate personalities of Emperor Yodan, but he lasts one episode, and so he doesn't really have much of a character. So I could take him or leave him, honestly. Um, and Emperor Yodan's okay. I like his backstory of being weak at one point, and then he basically gave in to like his darkest tendencies and power, and that's when it split off and created the personalities and blah 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 blah. And honestly, he's all right, but his personalities and everyone else villain wise are better than he is, in my opinion. And I do like the way that they destroy him in the end. You'll have to watch that. I won't spoil that for sure. Um, but villain wise, they're pretty good. Yodan could have been a bit more of a presence, honestly, but overall they're pretty good villains. The heroes shine a little bit, get it, a little bit more than they do. The story's pretty great. I wish the Kanaima Stone thing would have been more of a thing throughout instead of being picked up and dropped and picked up and dropped, picked up and dropped. But I do like the aesthetic of it. I like Oridan and some of the side characters. Mabushina's great. She has a whole like hangover drunk Mabushina episode that's fantastic. And I liked Takamichi's thing with his big brother and how they like love each other and support each other to the point where he like imagines his brother as a ranger. It's super amazing. So Kira Major is a fantastic season. Amazing fight scenes, awesome choreography, a lot of Sakamoto directed episodes, so a lot of good choreography there. Really good effects. I love the henshin, the transformation, the Kirame change, and the mechas are amazing. Super good season. But my number one choice, if you don't know me, I'm a huge, huge number one simp for this series, Ryu Soldier. Shiryu Sentai Ryu Soldier. When this show came out originally, similar to Kira Major, I didn't. It's not that I didn't like it. I just got really busy when it came out, and I didn't watch it as it premiered. So I would like week to week kind of watch recaps and stuff. But that's pretty much it. And then I saw how much everybody was hyping it up and loving it and what was going on in the story and stuff. So I tried to watch it all the way through, and I did. I finished all the way, and I've actually seen it twice now. And it is a fantastic Sentai. The characters are very tight knit, like a family. They support each other. Each has their own personality and goes through a lot of change as the show goes on. You have Melt, who's more of the strategist, logical, but learns to like understand there are other viewpoints. Bamba and Toa, who of the two, Toa learns to join the group and work with the group quicker than Bamba does, and Bamba has his reasons for not wanting to work with the group so quickly, and not being as trusting. Asuna has her own arc there, and being able to like show that she's just as strong as the rest of the guys, but then past that, some other things, and trying to push them to be better than what they are. And Ko's thing with Nada is really good. Nada's whole situation and his arc as Guy Sorg and all of that is really well put together. Clearly, I'm a fan of the series because I have a tattoo of it. But yeah, overall, a fantastic season. I love the suits. I love the night aesthetic. I love the Ryu Sulkin. I want a memorial Ryu Sulkin so bad. If you're watching this, John Toei, please. I want one so bad. Is this not enough for you? And I love the Ryu Sulkins. I love the suits. I love the mecha. The combinations are cool. They're like kind of Lego-y Mega Block, connecting is really cool. I love Max Ryuso Red. It's my favorite Sentai suit ever, ever, ever. I love the look of it and what it means thematically for the story and why it looks the way it does. And it's just a fantastic series. The characters are awesome. The villains are pretty great too, except I would say Kira Major has a bit kind of stronger villains and at least a more understandable hierarchy than the ones in Ryu Soldier. Ryu Soldier has pretty good villains, but you don't really get the full hierarchy of things till like way near the end. And it's kind of unfortunate. But other than that, it's a fantastic season. The story's great. The action's great. The pacing's really good. The monsters are really awesome. Plus, it's being adapted currently into Power Rangers Dino Fury, which is also amazing. Super happy about that. But yeah, overall, a really fantastic season, and it definitely cemented it as my number one spot. Other than that, I mean, it also thematically has a lot of importance to me. I went through some therapy and stuff during the pandemic to kind of handle anxiety and stress. I also have ADHD, so it kind of helped with that too. And I found a way of using Ryu Souls to like, you click them, click it. Wish I had brought one up. I'm an idiot. Anyway, I click it, and it's the kind of like a way of like like a method for me to like try and like pull myself out of like a stressful situation, see what's going on, and try to get back into it and figure things out better instead of being like overcome by the stress and the anxiety and all that. So it's got a connection that way as well. I love the characters, love them with all my heart. I'm so excited that we're getting a versus movie with them and Kira Major. Really, really excited to see what they do with that and where they end up going with that overall. But a fantastic season and my personal number one pick. Now, I really enjoyed episode 1 of Zenkaiger, so this list may be updated at some point to be a top 6 or a top whatever. But this is my top 5. So it was Ryu Soldier, then Kira Major. I think number 3 was Kyoryuger, then Gokaiger, and number 5 was Die Ranger. Pretty sure that's the order. Go back and look at the video. I might be wrong. But hope you guys like this video. I'm hoping to do some more content pretty soon. I'm going to be reviewing Dino Fury episodes weekly on Fridays. Pretty soon I'm going to be reviewing Zenkaiger episode 1. Got subbed today, so I want to watch that and review that. And I'm hoping to review the Geertlinger, the transformation device for Zenkaiger pretty soon, and some other Toku toys as well. But anyway, hope you guys liked the video. Comment below what your favorite seasons of Sentai are, what you guys think of mine. Go back and forth. Nice, healthy discussion there in the Toku community, because we can get kind of toxic sometimes, honestly. Not me personally, but some others. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like if you can. Subscribe for more Toku content. And as always, stay hooked on Henshins. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.